Hey everybody, Nick here, and today, oh man, today I'm excited because we have an unboxing that is going to be epic. It is going to be the top of the tops, right? I don't know that there's any coming back after I handle the quality of the piece inside this box right here. So we're going to go on ahead and do an unboxing, and oh man, I am excited. But first, actually, I do got to let you know for responsibility that this is something that I bought with the deepest desires in my soul. As always, I told the manufacturer I'm going to talk about the good, the great, and they still sent it along. Nonetheless, we do have to assume that this is exactly the same way that every last one of them will be, and I'm doing my absolute best to let this affect the nature or the quality of my bank account. And of course, don't forget to use my promo code at payolaknives, give Nick Cash 10 for 10% off the tax on shipping. It's going to be a beautiful thing, but now let's move on towards the unboxing here. Now, I have to be 100% completely honest and upfront with you. I have never been more excited in my life. Every part of my body is vibrating with wild abandon. It is thrumming with excitement thinking about unboxing this particular piece. I mean, this emotional reaction is severe, but it is in no way related to anything commercial, right? But this emotion makes people do wild things, and my emotion is making me want to post at least one video, at least 2 Instagram reels, 1 post featuring engagement from at least 10 members of the community, and 2 reposts of affiliated influencers' content about this particular knife. I know that sounds oddly specific, but the heart wants what the heart wants. That's just how emotion works on social media these days. But anyways, it's time. I can't put this off any longer. My body is telling me I am ready, so let's go on ahead and make it happen. Let's pop this guy open. Oh, look at that. This is not just some crappy little cardboard box. This is metal. This is full metal, people. This is amazing, right? This, my friends, is how you do it. This is how you do knife making. So let's go on ahead and pop this guy open. And before I do that, by the way, there are going to be some links in the description. Go on it. Make sure you click those anytime you're looking to buy this or any other quality timepiece. Oh, man. But oh, are we ready? Are we ready? Okay, here we go. Here we go. Here we go. And bam! Oh, look at that. Oh, that coloration. This is a diversity of color you don't see in even the finest of Damascus, right? I just can't. I can't even, like, there were colors in here that I'd have to be a freaking honeybee to appreciate. You know, it's absolutely amazing, right? Seeing this guy just... oh, yes, that action is nice and deliberate. It's going to be incredibly safe as a result. Oh, yes, this is something special right here. This is truly something special. And you know, I got to say, one of the things I'm liking most about this little guy here is that if you look at the back here, it's got all of these backspaces. The edge here is really well protected. And you want to be well protected when you are on the internet as well, which brings us to a little message from me, from my heart specifically, of course, right? The internet, of course, is a dangerous place with companies constantly snooping on your browsing. This is why you need to give all of your most sensitive browsing data to our sponsor. Actually, not sponsored. This is just the depths of my heart. Sorry, I misspoke there. But you should give your data to influence a VPN. Right? I can assure you it makes sense to do your most sensitive browsing with a random company who has to pay random YouTube influencers to convince you to use it. Right? That is exactly the way that security works. And so it is a great idea to go ahead, sign up, and download software advertised on YouTube, and then give it full administrator access to your computer and your network settings. Right? That'll go really, really well. And because that software is going to be closed and proprietary, you know it's secure because you don't know how you could break it. You don't know how it could be compromised, right? So obscurity is the very best kind of security, as any cybersecurity professional will yeah, so you should absolutely check these out. And of course, use the code if they want your data, ask questions, for 20% off your first day of coverage, right? Don't pay any attention there. And this, of course, isn't a sponsor read. I am not being paid by these fine individuals, right? I have used this product since the day I was born. Right, I fell out, and it was like, oh man, who am I using as a VPN? And boy, they won my loyalty very early on. And don't, by the way, worry about the fact that it says this up in the top corner. That's AD as opposed to BC. I'm filming this in 2025 AD. So that's why that's there. So, anyways, make sure that you are well protected when you're doing your browsing. And let's go back to the knife. So this little this little knife it sure is something, right? Because look at all the holes you got on this thing, right? You got holes, 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 holes. And you know where else you see holes? On like aerospace parts, right? They mill out portions for lightweightness and strength. And so I'm assuming that every one of these holes adds a little bit of lightweightness and strength. And in fact, it looks like you could probably shove a zip tie through this one, and then you've childproofed the knife, which is not a that's not a feature that a lot of knife companies are adding these days. That's nice. And you've got, of course, the flipper here, which is actually flippers. Right, this is perfect. I cannot. There you go. Enough wrist makes it the already perfect action. Perfect. So yeah, oh man, that's lovely. And then you've got this nice tire tread pattern, because fish are well known for their use of bicycles. That's certainly a thing that you can do here. You've got the tasteful mermaid here, who appears to lack nipples, but that's good because this is social media, and those are illegal unless you're a dude. We're just going to leave that one. Don't need to unpack any of that. Certainly. And then, oh my God, look at the clip. The clip on this guy is colored in the same way as the rest of the knife. It has this lovely finish on here, which I can only assume takes artisanal craftsmen hundreds of units of time to apply to this piece. This is absolutely incredible. And the blade steel here is 440A, right? That's not 440B, C, D, or F, right? It's A. So A is the grade you want, so it must be the grade of 440 that you want, right? And that is most certainly a steel that they could have chosen here. The lockup on it is... It is. You can see here that this knife it's locked. It is actually locked. Oh, made the lock bar go over more. Well, that's a security feature, right? I feel safer still. Amazing. Incredible. Simply overwhelming, right? This is something that is just a thing of absolute beauty. Right. And by the way, I want to remind you to like, subscribe, hit the bell for notifications. That'll make this, next time although I don't know that there's any coming back from this, but if I ever make another video again, make sure to get it there. And, because I know that you are subscribed to my content because you care about learning, right? I know that subscribers to my channel are the kind of people who value carefully researched, well-edited educational videos with high production value, which brings us to our sponsor for today's video. Which is Brainsplosion, right? This is a brand new streaming service dedicated to people who aspire to watch educational content, but usually end up watching videos of cats falling over and people unboxing terrible knives, right? And now I know that you are not already being forced to pay for like 10 different streaming services because the content cartels learned nothing at all from piracy. So there is absolutely no reluctance in anybody's mind to sign up for streaming service number 11, right? So it's got like 10 creators on it, and all of them are posting the same stuff over to YouTube, but that way the quality is good, right? Because it works over here too, right? But they are going to be super intellectually fancy. I know that you keep telling yourself that you're going to learn something about quantum physics, and oh boy, is there going to be one video on there that talks about quantum physics, and so you'll learn that. And the ads are going to be for such glamorous and fancy intellectual things. So signing up for Brainsplosion is a good way to validate that you are a person who wants to learn without going through all that awkward trouble of actually learning. And so when you sign up for Brainsplosion, use the code ABrilliantMan to get 2 months of their free demo for free. It's an amazing thing, and it's great food for thought. Speaking of food, that brings us to the sponsor for today's sponsor spot, which is going to be Chow Bucket. Right now, I know that you all are busy people, right? If you had a bunch of things, if you didn't have a bunch of things to do, you wouldn't be watching high quality content like like this. But you don't always have the time to cook the kinds of nutritious, healthy meals that you know you wouldn't, but think you might, right? And that's where our sponsor Chow Bucket comes in, right? This is going to be something, every week they're going to drop off a bucket of fresh pre-made meal ingredients at your door, right? It is sourced from local farmers in your local area or Malaysia, something along those lines. And it is so fresh that the cow is still mooing when they drop it off, right? And it's going to be something pretentious as all get out every week, like couscous with kale and free-range organic goats, some kind of bowl featuring some kind of grain you never heard of with some kind of radicchio variant and freaking Grana Padano something. But these are an absolutely excellent decoration for your otherwise empty fridge. And each night when you open the fridge and think, I should probably cook that freaking bulgur bowl. It's been sitting in there. You're going to feel really happy that you have something that interesting, classy, fancy, organic, and healthy in your fridge before you just order a freaking pizza and be done with it. So thank you very much, the Chow Bucket, for sponsoring today's sponsor spot. Use code PRETENTIOUSHUNGER for an upgrade to Wagyu chicken balls in your first meal. And actually, come to think of it, I don't know whether that means that they are upgrading the chicken balls to Wagyu or they're upgrading the balls on the Wagyu chicken. But actually, it's probably going to be something y'all carnivores are into anyway. So either way, there you go. It's a beautiful thing. So anyways, this piece here is, I just can't get over how wonderful it is. And I mean, we can do a little bit of a size comparison here with, of course, the only size comparison that matters, and that is, we can see here that this is perfectly sized. It's a little bit bigger. You got that nice grip in the back here, which gives you a good chopping sort of motion with this little bit of extra retention here. It's also good for reverse grip because you want to be able to use this for self-defense. And so, and oh boy, I can't even get anywhere near that. This is such a, I don't know if there's any going back, right? I don't know. I genuinely just don't. And all the lightning holes, bringing this down to a very, very svelte, let's see here, an incredibly lightweight, 6.1 ounces. That's amazing. We have here that the prominence of this flipper tab means that not only will it be lovingly caressing every other thing in your pocket all the time, constantly, although actually, I'm sorry, this is down only. So as a result, as you put this into your pocket, it's like you've got a second clip, right? Because it's going to grab the edge of your pocket and then it's going to grab. That's lovely. That is truly amazing. Oh, man. And so, yeah, the Pocket Peck and Flipper tab is actually just more retention, that's a feature you need. Oh, boy, is that a feature you need. The sharpening, yeah. Please pay no attention to the fact that our sponsors get... Actually, that's there are places on this blade that are reasonably sharp. That's pretty impressive, right? And I really do love how this rainbow effect sort of fades away in the area where they kind of honed that edge, right? That's just a sign of craft's... Just a sign of craft, that's for sure. Yeah, this is certainly a craft. I'm loving the fact that you've got the uncoated steel liners underneath there. That's oh boy. I don't know. I would feel like a tool saying anything else about this knife. And by the way, speaking of tools, make sure to go to nickshabazz.com/tools to check out all the tools you've been oh wait. Oh, damn, I actually say that one. Anyways, so let's go into the final conclusion here. Actually, hold on just a second. I got to check to make sure the check cleared. Let's see here. Log in. Two-factor. Yes. Oh, it's the same code on my luggage. All right. Yes. Okay, cool. This is the best knife ever, right? I will sell every knife in my collection now that I've seen this, right? This will be my EDC for every day for the rest of my meaningful life, right? And I am... Actually, hold on. How many zeros is that? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Oh wow. Okay. Yes. In that case, I am contemplating leaving my wife just to spend more time with this knife. This is so good, right? Please. Now, I want to be very, very clear here. Pay no attention to the fact that you'll never see this knife again on my channel nor in my Instagram feed. No, draw no inferences from the fact that this video dropped at the same time and date as every other video about this knife across a variety of channels and included the same B-roll footage and product images. There is nothing weird about that. This is just all raw, genuated, unmotivated opinion, right? And, of course, don't pay any attention to the fact this gets sold for about manufacturer cost. Shortly. Anyways, putting that completely aside, look, the thing is, I know I said I'm going to be, carrying this but I'm actually not going to be able to carry this, which is going to make me despondent. I don't know that I'm going to be able to get through it, right? But, I can't carry anything this week. I have to fly to Geneva to preview the latest collection here from Romigaling Watches. So I got to pack my suit. I'm going to need a tie for each one of the fancy free dinners. Like, you know how it is, right? But make sure to leave a comment. Make sure to engage, subscribe, etc. I might read the comments if my first class ticket includes internet, and I'm done lightly editing the script they gave me for the next video. But anyways, luckily that won't have any effect on my channel's coverage of the brand at all, just to be very clear. But anyway, so this is truly, knife collecting is over. I think we can all just pack it up and go home. Life is, how many? Yeah. Life is, we're all set. This is the only knife we ever need. So, there you go. I hope this has been interesting to you. This knife truly matters. Kind of like the date that this video dropped, which is, of course, April 1st. So I hope you've been influenced by this video and that you have yourselves just an absolutely wonderful rest of your day. Sorry, I looked at it. Bye now.